Bulacan, Labangan, Zamboanga del Sur. General Orders number 831, published on 09 October 2025. Paragraph 1, Section 1, Termination. Francis N. Garcia, Officer -14242, General Staff Corps, Infantry, Philippine Army, is designated as Commanding Officer, 5th Infantry Duty Bound Battalion, 1st Infantry Tabak Division, Philippine Army, effective 16 October 2025, by command of Major General Baruquillo Jr., Official, Jesse R. Montoya, Colonel, General Staff Corps, Infantry, Philippine Army, Chief of Staff. Signed, Malvin Y. Ligutan, Lieutenant Colonel, Infantry, Philippine Army, the Division Adjutant.
At this moment, Lieutenant Colonel Edward L. Shedd, the outgoing commanding officer of the 5th Infantry Duty Bound Battalion, will now give his message and subsequently read and sign his relinquishment orders.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Or peace upon you, be upon you, and the mercy of Allah and His blessings. To one and all, isang magandang umaga. Kinakabahan ako kaya gusto ko mawala muna. But anyway, sir, na-overwhelm ako sa emotions, kaya please forgive me. But before I proceed with my message, may I request for your indulgence, as I will acknowledge and greet all who have sacrificed their time, effort, and resources just to witness and celebrate with this momentous occasion. I am deeply honored with the presence of each and every one of you here today. Of course, to our very own commander, the 1st Infantry Tabak Division, Philippine Army, and the Joint Task Force Zampelan, Major General Ray P. Baruquillo Jr., Philippine Army, sir. Also the presiding General Officer for today's occasion. Of course, babatiin ko rin, sir, yung ating special guest, si Major General Jose Maria Cuerpo, former commander ng 103rd Brigade, at the same time former commander din, sir, ng 4th Infantry Division. Also with us, our very own Brigade Commander, Brigadier General Billy O. De La Rosa, Philippine Army, sir. I'm also honored to be visited and to be with us here is Brigadier Yasser R. Bara, the commander of the 1101st Infantry Brigade based in Malabang. Brigadier General Romel R. Manalo, Philippine Army, the commander, 2nd Mechanized Infantry Brigade based in Iligan City. Yung mga battalion commanders na nandito. But let me first greet yung party ng JTF Zampelan. Here with us is the G10, Colonel Fred Europa, sir. Thank you for coming. Of course, the G1, Colonel Peter S. Garcimigo, sir. And our chaplain, Major Lorande. I'd like to acknowledge also the battalion commanders ng iba't ibang units dito sa Tabak. Si Lieutenant Colonel Nelson Q. Boticario, the CEO of 10IB. Lieutenant Colonel Jeremy Damonsong, Mista, CEO of 44th IB. Lieutenant Colonel Rolando Vargas, the CEO of 53rd IB, represented by Major Pongos. Of course, my body battalion, battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Jerry V. Doldol, CEO of 53rd IB. Kabady ko ito sa lahat ng lakad against SRC-5. si Lieutenant Colonel Abel Pututan, the CEO of 64th IB, represented by Lieutenant Villa. Wala siya kasi mamaya siya ang susunod. Si Lieutenant Colonel Uluan, Lieutenant Colonel Rogelio Baitek, the CEO of 11th FAP. Battalion lead ko ito nung nasa 54th IB pa ako nun. Way back 2003. Lieutenant Colonel Francisco Butch Cansado, sir, the CEO of 5th Mechanized Battalion. First, Lieutenant Colonel Romeo J. Gabor, Armor, the CEO of 1st Cavalry Battalion. Lieutenant Colonel Alberto S. Ramirez, the CEO of 1st CMO Battalion, Senior General. Lieutenant Colonel Jumel David, the CEO of Service Support Battalion, 1st Infantry Division. Lieutenant Colonel Rodel C. Bayon, the CEO of 1st Military Intel Battalion. Lieutenant Colonel Alfeo Amayon, the CEO of Signal Battalion. Of course, may mista Lieutenant Colonel Mervin Gargar, the CEO of 503rd Combat Engineer Battalion. Lieutenant Colonel Benjamin B. Carag, the second Engineer. May mista also, CEO of 547 Engineer Battalion. Captain Criston Beldad, the CEO of 12 DRC. Lieutenant Colonel Joe Anthony Lalas, Mr. One of the members of the Trident class. Yung isang Trident class dito ng Spock, nandun sa kabila. Hindi dumating. First, we have here First Lieutenant Ramil Christian Villanueva, the CEO of 11 DRC. Okay. Let me also greet the stakeholders or primary stakeholders here in Lanao del Sur na naging katuwang namin sa pagtatrabaho dito sa area ko. We have here Honorable Abdul Hakim Upanandigan, the Mayor of Pulondo, represented by our dating Mayor, Ma'am Mihara Upanandigan. Ma'am, thank you for coming. First, yung Mayor natin ng Taraka, pero nandito si MP, Attorney Odin Sumakayan. Thank you, sir, for coming. Si Honorable Mahar P. Tagalangit, our Mayor of Lumba Bayapa. Thank you, ma'am. Of course, yung host natin dito sa Puna Bayabo, Mayor Janima Pandi, represented here by our Administrator, Dr. Lampa Pandi. We have here Honorable Romel M. Giling, bagong-bagong Mayor na nasyo. Sa wakas yun, nakaakyat ka na dito. First, we have here Honorable Dimnatang Pansar, Attorney Pansar, the Vice Mayor of Buti. Former Mayor din ng Buti. We have here Honorable Arimaw Asong, Vice Mayor ng Lumbayanagi. Tatay namin sa Lumbayanagi yan. Si Honorable Benjamin B. Kurangking, the bagong batang-bata na mayor ng Sultan Lumulunto. Thank you. We also have here Honorable Haron Al-Rashid, Vice Mayor Tuksi. Maraming salamat sa pagpunta. Vice Mayor ng Tamparan. We have here also Honorable Member of Parliament, Basit Janati Mimbantas. Sorry. Totoo yung sinabi ni Major General Baroquillo na bilang battalion commander ay parang nasa loob ng pressure cooker. Pressure cooker. Literally, pressures from all sides na parang na-accelerate ang pagtanda. Tanda ko dito. Sineryoso ko yata masyado. Nandyan yung peace and order sa community na dapat pangalagaan. Yung security ng mga tao sa area of operations na hindi dapat makompromise. Ika nga, walang katumbas ang buhay ng bawat tao sa nasasakupan kahit sino pa yan. Yung paghabol sa mga terrorist groups katulad ng SRC-5 at Dawla Islamiyah Mauti Group, dahil sila ang primary mission namin na ma-neutralize at di sila makapaghasik ng kaguluhan. Yung pangangalaga sa relationship natin sa mga local leaders para mas effective ang paggampan sa trabaho. And today, as I witnessed or just before me, yung presence niyo is an overwhelming show of support dito sa unit. I hope may extend yan sa next na yung pagbabantay sa mga sariling tauhan para di mang-abuso at maturuan para mapabuti ang kanilang sitwasyon sa pamumuhay. Yung pangangalaga sa mga kagamitan tulad ng mga armas at sasakyan para effective palagi kapag kailangan, etc. etc. Ganun po ka-challenging yung naranasan ko or na daanan ko as battalion commander. Nandiyan naman ang mga kasamahan na officers, pero yun nga, the responsibility and accountability lies on me. Mahalaga na i-share ko ang mga aral na aking natutunan dito sa aking journey as a commanding officer ng PIB. One, I'd like to point out, lalo sa mga kasamahan sa PIB, yung firmness in my decisions. I took responsibility and accountability in every decision I made, but I always based them on the primary values that serve as my guide. Palagi ko itong sinasabi sa kanila: fairness, duty, justice, and integrity. At an average, the battalion has more or less 500 members. This means 500 different attitudes to handle, though this is made simpler because of our structure. So, nai-delegate din sa mga subordinate leaders. Napapagaan ang pressure dahil sa cooperation ng mga subordinate leaders. Another one, sir, is the effectiveness of the mission command. Sir, disipulo niyo ako dito sa which emphasizes the application of the centralized intent and decentralized execution. Indeed, I observed that our troops are very innovative in performing their tasks or attaining their objectives. However, before we expect them to act accordingly, we need to teach and empower them as well as provide them clear guidance that can be understood even by the lowliest ranks. In raising the bar of excellence on operational aspects, I do not actually remember introducing anything new about tactics, techniques, or procedures. I just simply encourage the men to apply the basics taught in schools or yung mga natututunan natin. We did this by constantly reviewing the TTPs every after operations. The big difference lies on the subordinate leaders who execute the job. The knowledge, skills, and attitude should be balanced. Pahamak talaga kapag matalino, pero takot naman maruwihan ang kamay. Ganon din na pahamak kung masipag nga, pero kulang naman sa kaalaman. So, yun yung binabalance natin. So far, during my term, we were able to engage the adversaries, yung SRC-5, 11 times or 11 encounters and 10 occasions of arms or food cache recovery, as well as 4 occasions of surrenders, which yielded the recovery of 20 high-powered firearms and other low-powered firearms. It is also worthy to note that due to the relentless pursuit by our troops against the remnants of SRC-5, we have contributed to the drastic reduction of their manpower from 67, when I assume that was August of 2023, and down to just 15 as we speak. I'm not claiming na ako yung nag-disseminate nito, but the FIB played a role in this. I can assure you that through these experiences, our FIB troops have learned so much. Ang isang trademark ng mga tropa namin dito is yung combat tracking. Ang biro nga, kapag si Lieutenant Guardian, ang CEO ng Bravo Company, ang nagsunod sa kalaban, daig pa ang K9 dahil hindi nabibitawan. Yung K9, kapag sumunod sa matubig, wala na. Si Lieutenant Guardian, kahit tubig, nasusundan. Hanggang sa naaabutan at naiinkwentro. Ganyan po nag-improve ang tropa ng FIB sa larangan ng combat tracking at ng combat operations. We also contributed to the neutralization of at least 5 DI Mauti group members, as well as capture of their weapons like improvised explosive devices, which they supposedly detonated to inflict casualties among the civilian population, like what they did inside the gymnasium of Mindanao State University in Marawi last December of 2023. And by capturing that, they failed to wage another terroristic action. Very much worthy to note also the discipline and dedication to duty of every trooper of this unit during security operations. Sa wakas, I hope nakapag-comply na ako sir sa brigade commander namin na dapat magkaroon daw ng bagong mukha ang Lanao del Sur by having a peaceful and orderly elections. We saw that during the past barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections of 2023 and the recent midterm national and local elections last May. Aside from having zero complaint on troop partisanship, we were able to provide a secure environment that led to the most peaceful elections that ever happened in Lanao del Sur. Sana masustain ito sa mga coming pa na elections, like the delayed BARM election. We cannot set aside administrative functions as these go hand in hand with operational performance. Simply solving some basic needs of our personnel increase their effectiveness, efficiency, raise their morale, and enhance our operational capability. I'm proud to show you some of the innovations that we made to solve our problems despite meager resources, but with big support from our stakeholders, especially our very generous local chief executives. So makikita niyo sa mga improvements dito sa kampo, there is a portion of those projects coming from the support of our chief executives. One, if you can turn your view out there, you can see that 12 kilowatt off-grid solar power system that provides adequate electrical power needs of the battalion headquarters. We also provided smaller versions for use of our company command post. Kaya tuloy-tuloy ang kuryente dito 24 hours. kahit hindi pa tayo bigyan. Hopefully, maayos yung sa Lasoreco para makaabot naman sa mga constituents. We also developed the 2 solar-powered mobile command vehicles, which allows us to establish tactical command posts anywhere where our KM450s can reach without worrying from electrical power source and food storage, because we included food refrigeration dun sa systems namin. May nakasakay na refrigerator. And even doon sa tuktok ng bundok, makakarating yung refrigerator, baka hindi kayo maniwala. Of course, special thanks doon sa LGU ng Punabayabaw for sharing with us the source of potable water. In fact, drinking water, spring, very clean, and we were able to tap it at nakarating dito sa battalion headquarters. We also established much needed camp facilities like the 10-base motor pool with complete requirements like the wash bay and the repair bay, stock room and storage facilities, pole dam, ammunition dam, supply room, tactical operation center, the power station, officers mess hall, and the kitchen. We are also currently developing the enlisted personnel mess hall, troops barracks, guard posts, public toilets, and fighting positions ready for territorial defense operations. Each company was also able to build their own command posts. Let me extend my gratitude sa local chief executives sa Lumbabayabaw, ma'am, sa Masyo and Butig for hosting the Alpha Company, the Bravo Company, and the Charlie Company. And the detachments or KA patrol bases in Tamparan, in Butig area, and in Lumbayanagi. We also procured much needed tools for our vehicle maintenance and disaster response. Sa kabila ng lahat, nakakalungkot that during my term, there were a lot of cases of misdemeanors that included 28 cases of AWOL and 10 cases of drug abuse, to which 22 were already discharged from the service, while others are awaiting their verdict. While I could say that we have been firm against violators of policies, much has to be done to reverse the trend, or maybe we have to be more strict in implementing policies but educating the personnel. Sa lahat ng ito, yung mga pinakita ko po sa inyo, were not possible without really the cooperation of our stakeholders. We have here the PNP are very active implementing with us. Yung binabanggit namin dito, walang magpapaputok kung wala rin namang tamang dahilan, dahil hahabulin namin para matigil na yung indiscriminate firing sa area natin, and ma-minimize natin yung redo, yung mga pagbabaril-barilan dito sa areas. So again, let me express my heartfelt gratitude sa lahat ng local chief executives who are here. Of course, our partners from the IPHO, the medical services na, of course the media, and sa lahat, pati rin sa very good cooperation namin with our brothers in the MLF, led by our Member of Parliament, the Commander of the Northeastern Mindanao Front, MP Janati sir. Thank you for your cooperation. We always think and we always or pag-usapan talaga namin dito, habang nag-uusap kami ni na Abu Afghani at nagtatawagan kami sa cellphone, walang gira na mangyayari. And that is assured for us. So, did I attain my mission or did I reach the bar of excellence? Well, all I can say is that this is a continuing journey that does not end with my term. Also, the answer lies in every duty-bound trooper who is the primary customer of my commandership. You can actually ask them, but before I end, allow me to share some indicators. First, as mentioned, the actions of duty-bound troopers in every pursuit operations against this RC-5 has led to the reduction of manpower and firepower of the group from 67 when I assumed, and now just 50 remaining demoralized members. Kunti na lang ito. Constantly evading our troops for survival. Another one, zero complaint against the troops during elections, and were able to ensure a very peaceful and successful BSKE 2023 and the national and local elections last May 2025. Through diligence, we were able to carry out base facilities improvement, procure much needed equipment, and develop innovative equipment that support operational effectiveness. Lastly, I am also proud to tell you that your duty-bound troopers have produced the best infantry squad in the 1st Division for 3 consecutive years through the annual squad challenge, earning the Grand Slam champion. Hindi naman siguro nagkataon yun. Champion also on mortar gunnery. I can assure you that we can put yung mortars kung saan yung targets and in triathlon competition. Our unit was also recognized and awarded the CGP Streamer Award as a unit that accomplished significant accomplishment last 2023 and recognized by the 1st Infantry Division as Best in Operations in DIMG category 2024. These, I think, are undeniable manifestations of a unit that raised the bar of excellence, and that I personally thank every duty-bound trooper for their effort and cooperation. As I close my book with you, please extend your support to your new battalion commander with vigor and enthusiasm. But before that, allow me to submit my tour of duty report to the commander of 1st Infantry Tabak. To my successor, Lieutenant Colonel Mark Francis Garcia, I'm turning over to you a much improved unit. Lead them well and good luck on your journey. This is Lieutenant Colonel Syed signing off as your Aguila 6. My next part of the program is to finally sign my relinquishment of command. Headquarters, 5th Infantry Duty-Bound Battalion, 1st Infantry Tabak Division, Philippine Army, Campo Aguila, Barangay Ragayan, Puna, Bayaba, Olano del Sur. Dated 17 October 2025. General Orders Number 08. Relinquishment of Command. Pursuant to Section 1, Paragraph 1, General Orders Number 831, 1st Infantry Division, Philippine Army, dated 09 October 2025. I hereby relinquish the command and responsibilities as Commanding Officer, 5th Infantry Duty-Bound Battalion, 1st Infantry Division, Philippine Army, effective 16 October 2025, and I sign in your presence. Colonel Garcia, I am ready to release.
Headquarters, 5th Infantry Duty-Bound Battalion, 1st Infantry Division, Philippine Army. Campo Aguila, Barangay Ragayan, Puna, Bayaba, Olano del Sur.
General Order number 09 dated 17 October 2025. Assumption of command. Pursuant to Section 2, Paragraph 1, General Orders number 831, First Infantry Division, Philippine Army dated 09 October 2025. I hereby assume the command and responsibilities as commanding officer of 5th Infantry Duty Bound Battalion, 1st Infantry Division, Philippine Army, effective 16 October 2025. And I sign.
We will now proceed with the next module of readings. Duty transfer. It is a recognition of duty and leadership and the other students graduation.
It represents the honor, history, and sacrifices of the men and women who have served under its banner.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sir, papexing ko na lang po sa yung acknowledgement, sir. At I believe na na-acknowledge, sir, lahat, sir, ni Sir Shah, sir. But allow me first, sir, to give a short acknowledgement to our respected division commander, our presiding officer, to the committed commander of 103rd Infantry Brigade, the deputy commander, the task force morale commander, the division staff present, sir, our fellow battalion commanders, and also the brigade commanders present, our counterparts from the Philippine National Police, other officers of units under the 1st Infantry Tabak Division, then the classmates in CGSC Class 75, also the battalion commanders, the upperclassmen, and underclassmen in the academy, to the local chief executives and civilian leaders present, meet the friends, and officers and men of the 5th Infantry Battalion, and also the 103rd Brigade. Good afternoon po sa inyo lahat. Today is more than just a passing of command. It is the continuation of an unbroken commitment wherein I stand here not just to assume leadership, but to honor our legacy, to recognize those who built this unit's reputation through discipline, sacrifice, and valor, and to affirm with conviction that we will continue the mission with pride, purpose, and unity. Alam naman po natin, para sa kalaman po ng ibang bisita po natin, ang 5th Infantry Battalion is matagal na po, 1950s pa, and is carried operations to the campaign. Then it had served here in the 1st Infantry Division, naging cadre, and then it was organized as a regular or maneuver battalion. So it has endured, adapted, and triumphed many campaigns. Yung unit seal niya, yung scales na naging eagle, and then from swift justice, it evolved to a duty bound. And that sense of purpose, it continues to drive the soldier to carry his color today. Before I close this reflection of legacy of this unit, allow me to extend my deepest gratitude to the men and women, military and civilian, who continue to shape the journey of this battalion. Unang-una, sa ating presiding officer, our division commander, sir, maraming salamat po, sir, for your trust and confidence. Your philosophy, what endures to have, endures to be, serves a constant moral compass, reminding every leader that unity, selflessness, and integrity are the lifeblood of a command. This guiding principle will shape how we lead, decide, and serve from this day forward. To our brigade commander, Brigadier General Billy De La Rosa, sir. Sir, your enthusiasm, passion, and determination toward mission accomplishment inspire all of us under your command. I see in you a leader, not just through words but through action. Your genuine care for your men, your constant presence in the field, and your hands-on dedication to every task set a perfect example. To our Deputy Brigade Commander, at the same time, sir, the Task Force Marawi Commander, sir, your mentoring has strengthened many of us in the brigade. Maraming salamat, sir, for your guidance and always being generous for sharing your insights and experiences that give us a sharpened mind and a steady heart. Sa mga division staff, sir, your precision in both operations and administration ensures seamless execution of every mission. Personally, sir, I express my gratitude for the comprehensive orientation and valuable advice you gave before sa aming tatlo, sir, before we assume command. That guidance will establish the foundation of clarity, confidence, and readiness as we transition into our respective responsibilities. And to the brigade commanders in the areas of 1st Infantry Division and as well as the battalion commanders, maraming salamat for your consistency in providing tactical support sa 103rd Brigade, which is the division's main effort. Yung platoons and companies that were under operational control of this brigade gave us additional combat power that will support our combat readiness to double time to accomplish our mission by the end of this year. And to our brothers, to the MLF, your presence today is a powerful testament to the enduring spirit of peace and reconciliation in this area of operation. You were once divided by conflict, but now united by purpose. I am here with you to stand together on the path of cooperation and mutual respect. Your commitment to sustaining peace in our communities reflects a shared dream we all serve. I would also like to thank our PNP counterparts. You have been steadfast in our common goal, maintaining the peace in northern communities. The synergy between our forces in law enforcement and military operations continues to exemplify the power and cooperation within us. Allow me also to great gratitude to my classmates. Yung iba is virtually present, which become my source of encouragement, honest counsel through the years. We grow together as leaders shaped by the trials and lessons learned in the service. And so also to my upperclassmen, sirs, as 2003 sir, nandito, at pa, mga battalion commanders din. You have always been an example of excellence and professionalism. You blazed the trail and showed us the leadership is measured not by rank, but by respect one earns through integrity and service. And sa mga underclassmen, sa mga junior officers, your energy and enthusiasm are breath of new life in our ranks. Sa mga classmates ko sa mga CGSC class, Diamond class of 75, sir, request ko lang, tayo kayo. Your wisdom and camaraderie have been priceless. Our shared months of study and discussion molded not only in our intellect but our mutual respect as officers bound by a common vision. I would like to also pay gratitude to the local chief executives na patuloy na sumusuporta sa 5th Infantry Battalion. Maraming salamat sa inyong suporta for peace building and your proactive engagement and support in unwavering cooperation in our unit. Having media friends, other civilian partners, your stories amplify the truth, who our soldiers are and what we stand for. Maraming salamat for reporting or for making bridges between our service and the people we serve. I also see here the former officers, enlisted personnel of my yung unang unit ko dito sa 1st Infantry Division is the 32nd Infantry Battalion, wherein I owe much to the legacy they have left behind. The lessons and traditions instilled in me from those early years remain my guiding compass carried on into the man. And sa officers, men and women, NCOs, enlisted personnel ng 103rd Brigade, sir, pwede ba request ko, sir, led by Lieutenant Colonel Bionda, sir. Maraming salamat po, sir, sa inyong pasensya, sa teamwork and professionalism. Salamat sa mga ginawa niyong achievements when ako ay nasa counting buwan lang, sir, na pag-stay ko sa brigade. Maraming salamat sa inyo. And to my family, to my wife, my steadfast partner, who is, I believe, nakikinig siya ngayon. Thank you for your love and that endures every distance, every absence, and every deployment. To my son, who makes every sacrifice worthwhile, remember that everything I do in uniform is for your future and peace and deserve to inherit. To my parents, who are praised for the shield and believe in my never wavered continuous vivid driving force. And to my siblings who provided wide support. Above all, I would like to give gratitude to the Lord Almighty, the true giver of courage, wisdom, and life. All glory and gratitude belong to you. May every act of leadership, every decision made, and every mission accomplished reflect your purpose and honor your name. Now, I would like to pay tribute to my upper class, the very snappy upper class, the outgoing commander. Sir, you are a leader whose precision, your discipline, and command presence will be the benchmarks of excellence of this unit. Yung leadership mo, sir, minold mo yung battalion to be a disciplined, professional unit ready for greater missions. Yung brand of leadership mo, sir, firm and yet compassionate. It has been a shield and mirror sa lahat. You have faced challenges, hindi obstacles, sir. Ginawa mong opportunities that inspire transformation and accountability. Your example will always remind us that leadership is service, not a privilege. Stewardship, not possession. So, sa 15th Infantry Battalion, it is a collection of soldiers na with diverse origins, iba-ibang unit kasi dati na-organized ito, and yet ngayon, it's stand united, stronger, with cleaner purpose and more cohesive in spirit. As our division commander teaches, one bee harms the hive, the entire colony suffers. That principle guides us still. We are one hive. Each sting, each wound, each sacrifice contributes to the health of the collective. This house may have been cleaned, but the real work begins when we keep it orderly every day through integrity, moral courage, and genuine care for one another. As for my journey, I have begun here in 1st Infantry Division, but not in this battalion. I reported as a second lieutenant to a battalion under 103rd Brigade. It was where I first learned that the courage, service, and true leadership means. I proudly wore a blue patch of the 32nd Infantry, the 11th Battalion. And through fate now leads me to command 5th Infantry Battalion. The numbers would still tell the story. As we stand at the threshold of the new chapter, the mission of this battalion is clear. Finish the fight. We are on the verge of total victory against the few remaining internal threats that once disrupted our communities. The SRC-5 is fractured. The DI Lanao dwindles to a handful. Now, we need to strike a major blow through a decisive military operation that will deny them from their sanctuary, freedom of movement, and influence. Those who continue to resist will meet the full strength of the duty-bound battalion. Those ready to lay down their arms will find our extended, offering not surrender to shame, but a pathway back to peace. We will sustain relentless pressure, hunting the enemy with precision, intelligence, and speed, while extending genuine opportunities for those seeking reintegration. Because the real victory is not the silence of the battlefield, but the peace that every community will finally know. And when this task is done, when the land we protect is clear of insurgents and terrorists, that will mark the moment we finally shift our focus toward external security operations as envisioned by the guidance of higher quarters. Our mission will evolve from internal defense to protecting the communities against external influence, emerging threats, and hybrid warfare. The lessons of counterinsurgency will sharpen our readiness for territorial and maritime defense as we align our focus or shift towards cross-domain multi-mission capable force. We will do all this carrying the virtues of Tabak, the very spirit that guided our forefathers' blade. Teamwork that forges unity and ensures victory, the agility and proactiveness that anticipate threats before they rise, the boldness that dares to decide and act even in uncertainty, and being adaptable and adaptability to the environments and technology. We should master the shifts of both terrain and time and gain the knowledge not for ourselves and the enemy, but also for the evolving technologies and doctrine to shape the battlefields. These are not mere words, but this will be our operational tempo. This Tabak philosophy will guide every plan, every operations, every stride toward accomplishments. And this, we will ensure that we will be accomplishing our mission and define the battalion's legacy. Sabi nga kayo na, yung ginawa ni Sir Saeb, every commander leaves a mark, not a title, but a trail of character that defines the soul of the unit. Here, I will be leading this unit, creating this mark. First, mission first, moral always. Our duty demands results. We will never compromise accomplishments, but we will never neglect the morale that sustains it. Troop morale fuels mission success. We should always take the initiative and dictate the tempo, not to react on it, whether in combat or in admin. We should strike first, think fast, and decide firmly. We should be resilient, and it will be our habit. All personnel, the men and women of the duty-bound battalion should endure, recover, and rise. We must bend, we will bend, but we will not break. Each trial strengthens the fiber that binds us. And lastly, because no mission accomplishment has ever won alone, the trust that binds our officers, men, and civilian partners is what will carry us through. I will lead not above you, but among you. When one falls, we all lift. When one triumphs, the whole battalion shines. Together, these principles will form a mark of this unit, and it will be the legacy that I hope will remain long after my time has passed. This will be the identity of soldiers who will lead with heart, fight with honor, and serve with humanity. So today is not an end, but a continuation of service and purpose. Together, we will move towards peace with courage, humility, and resolve. As we move forward, let us remember that being duty-bound means standing to serve not only in times of conflict, but in the daily calling of peace and development. And with that same steadfast spirit, we look to our leaders, men whose vision and resolve uphold the very ideals that binds us in service. It is therefore my distinct privilege that would introduce a leader who personifies those ideals and continues to guide the division with honor and dedication. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to introduce our presiding officer for this ceremony. He is a decorated leader and a beacon of excellence in our profession. He assumed leadership as the 55th commander of the 1st Infantry Tabak Division. Prior to his current designation, he was the 58th Chief of Staff of the Philippine Army. A proud member of PMA, Tanglaw Diwa, class of 1992. After graduation, he started his military career serving the 3rd Infantry Spear Division, where he was designated as platoon leader and company commander of Bravo Company. Intelligence officer of all of the 15th Infantry Molabi Warrior Battalion, covering the areas of the Western Visayas region. As a junior officer, he was called to serve the Headquarters Philippine Army, the Chief Production Branch of the Office of Chief of Staff for Intelligence, Chief Doctrine and Research Branch, and Course Director at the Intelligence School. In 2003, he was assigned at the Intelligence Service Group, where he commanded the 12 Intelligence and Security Unit Utilizer, 15 Intelligence and Security Unit, the Guardians, and 17 Intelligence Security Unit, Silent Hunters. In 2012, he was endowed with additional leadership opportunities when he was designated as the battalion commander of 44th Infantry Battalion, 1st Infantry Division. He eventually became the Assistant Chief of Staff for Operations G3 of the Tabak Division. After his successful stint as battalion commander, he was subsequently reassigned back to Headquarters Philippine Army in 2016, where he took the role of the Executive Assistant to the Commanding General Philippine Army, and thereafter as the Head Executive Assistant to the Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines in 2017. He went back to Fort Bonifacio to command the Army Intelligence Regiment, where he earned his first star. During his stint as the commander of the 103rd Infantry Brigade, 1st Infantry Tabak Division, he exhibited his remarkable combat leadership skills when his brigade decimated the local terrorist and communist terrorist groups operating the provinces of Lanao del Sur and Lanao del Norte. In November 2024, he was called back at the Headquarters Philippine Army when he was appointed as the 58th Chief of Staff Philippine Army. As the CSPA, he dispensed his expertise in decision-making and resource management as he was tasked to coordinate, integrate, and execute tasks, functions, and actions of the General, Special, and Technical Staff of the Headquarters Philippine Army. His journey in the service is guided by his competency, having undergone extensive military education and training, both local and abroad. These include the Command General Staff course at the U.S. Army Command and General Staff College, Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, USA, Intel Gathering Investigations course by the U.S. Counterterrorism Training Group, Combat Intelligence Officers course at the School of Military Intelligence, Singapore Armed Forces Defense Intelligence Research Analysis course, and Intelligence Officers course at SITS, AFP, and Infantry Basic Officers course and Infantry Advanced course at the Combat Arms School, TRADOC, PE. He finished his master's degree in Business Administration at Notre Dame University. His remarkable accomplishments and achievements are more evident in the awards, commendations, and decorations he received. He is a recipient of the prestigious Philippine Military Academy Cavalier of the Year Award for Army Operations. On the other hand, his numerous medals include a Distinguished Conduct Star, 3 Distinguished Service Stars, the Gold Cross Medal, 25 Silver Cross Medals, 3 Distinguished Service Medals, 18 Bronze Cross Medals, 27 Military Merit Medals, the CSAFP Commendation Medal and Ribbon, and the Medallion ng Kagalingan, 4 MCMs, 1 Military Civic Action Medal, and various other citations, badges, and awards from both military and civilian institutions. Our presiding officer hails from Tacurong, Sultan Kudarat, and is happily married to Dr. Yvonne Quijano Barroquillo and blessed with a son and two daughters, namely Dr. Angela Carmina, Yegor Luis III, and Ariana Nico. Ladies and gentlemen, our presiding officer, the 55th Commanding General of the 1st Infantry Tabak Division, Major General Yegor Ray Robido Barroquillo Jr., Philippine Army.
Wabarakatuh. Hindi ko na po kayo lahat i-acknowledge ng isa-isa dahil ako na lang ang nakaharang sa inyong lunch. So, but let me collectively acknowledge everyone's presence by saying magandang umaga sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat sa pagdalo nyo sa change of command ceremony ng 5th Infantry Battalion. So, alam ko, yung karamihan sa inyo, marami pang galing pa sa mga malalayong lugar, lalo na si General Cuerpo. At saka yung mga mayors, no? Maraming salamat. No? This goes to show yung support nyo, no? sa mga tropa ng army dito sa area ng Lanao del Sur. And so today, we gather once again to witness a proud and time-honored Army tradition, the change of command ceremony of the 5th Infantry Duty-Bound Battalion. This ceremony is not merely a formal turnover of authority, but a reaffirmation of the discipline, continuity, and shared purpose that define our profession of arms. It is a moment to honor steadfast service, welcome new leadership, and renew our collective commitment to the mission entrusted to us by the Filipino people. Let me begin by expressing my deepest appreciation to Lieutenant Colonel Edward Shaed, who has served with distinction. Who has served with distinction as commanding officer of the duty-bound battalion from August 2023 up to today. I had the privilege of working closely with him when I served as the G3 of the 1st Infantry Tabak Division. Siya po yung Deputy G3 noon. And again, nung brigade commander ako, pag-report ko sa brigade, sa 103rd, siya yung XO. No? And I have seen firsthand his sense of mission, calm under pressure, and genuine concern for his troops. Under his leadership, the battalion accomplished critical objectives that strengthen the peace and security here in this part of Lanao del Sur. Through his steady command, enemy influence was diminished. Communities were protected, and the Army's credibility among the Maranaos was strengthened. These outcomes are more than statistics. They represent the tireless effort and quiet courage of a commander who led by example. So kanina, during his speech, sabi niya kung na-accomplish niya ba o he did good, no, as a battalion commander during his stint. Pero ayaw niya sagutin eh. So I will answer the lingering question, no. So, and I think all of you will agree, no, na yes, you were very successful. In fact, during my, I will, without batting an eyelash, no, and with due respect din sa mga ibang battalion commanders na nandito. When I was the brigade commander of 103rd Brigade, si Kendall Shaed ang best battalion commander ko, no? Palatakan natin yan. Bumalik ako ng division commander, siya pa rin ang best battalion commander sa buong 1st Division. That is true, no? And kanina nabanggit niya rin na noon, his stint here, he was hanging by a thread, no? Kasi, alam niyo sa Army, no, for even sa PNP siguro, na meron kaming tinatawag na IG inspection, no? Yung Inspector General Inspection na kung narinig niyo si Defense Secretary Paul Hexet, di ba, na kinikriticize niya, no, yung IG reports, no, kasi na-weaponize. Kuminsan na-weaponize ng mga subordinates, no, na but it's a good management tool actually. It helps the commander be aware kung ano ang state of moral ng mga subordinate units niya and so on. No, but may tendency kasi itong gamitin na weapon ng mga tarantadong sundalo, no? Lalo na pag galit sila sa commander nila dahil sabi nila stricto or yung pinapagawa niya is yung tama, no? And it happened sa case ni Colonel Shahid. And because ako galing din ako sa 1st Division, no? Battalion Commander, G3. So kilala namin itong PIB noon, no? So and before siya umupo, no, time pa ni General Naparete noon. But ako Brigade Commander, sinabi ko sa kanya na ayusin mo yung PIB, no? Kasi there is something really wrong with the battalion. Sabi ko, ayusin mo. So yun, no, inayos niya. And as a result, nung unang IG inspection, problema, di ba? And so, then, COM1, General Birayna, no, tumawag sa akin about you, no, yung nangyari, yung result ng survey, and even then, the Commanding General Philippine Army, no, General Galido, no, sabi niya, Igor, anong mangyari dyan sa, so, ano, i-relieve natin? No, sir, sabi ko, kung i-relieve nyo si Colonel Shahid, i-relieve nyo na rin ako. No, sabi ko, hindi niya kasalanan yan. He is just carrying out my order na ayusin yung PIB. No? And it was really a challenging stint, no, kay Ed Shahid. No? It was, kasi nung pagdating ko ng Brigade Commander, ano na, from January, no, 2023, up to today, no, hindi tumigil yung 103rd Brigade ng pag-ooperate. No, and hindi sanay yung ating mga sundalo na mag-stay sa bundok ng ito, bundok na talaga, yung mga Blue Mountain na yung mga forward operating detachments namin, no, yung mga hindi pa nararating ng tao, nandun na yung mga sundalo natin, no, na yung mga LCS natin, mga mayors at yung mga kapatid natin, yung mga Maranao dito, no, pati yung mga kapatid natin sa MILF, di ba, walang tigil yung lipad ng mga Black Hawk, no, na nagdadala ng mga tropa, nagdadala ng mga pagkain. So, yung moral, no, talagang magsasuffer kasi lalo na pag hindi ka sanay, no, pag hindi ka sanay na yung continuous yung operation. Kahit sinong tao naman, no, kahit sinong sundalo. But yun, kaya yun ang pinakamahirap na trabaho ng commander, no, yung i-balance mo yung mission accomplishment at saka yung moral and welfare ng tropa. No, and there was a problem at first, no, as nabanggit nga rin kanina ni Colonel Shahid, maraming taga-PIB na hospital, no. Ano daw, mga UTI kasi puro tuyo at puro Lucky Me ang kinakain doon sa, no, nagkakasakit, no, dahil walang tigil yung operation, no. But eventually nag-adapt yung katawan nila, no, at nasanay na rin, no, and natanggap na nila, no, na sinasabi ko nga sa kanila the only way na maubos itong kalaban natin, huwag nating tantanan, no? Kasi pag tinantanan natin, balik na naman tayo sa umpisa, no? So lalong tatagal. So I was hoping na nung stint ko as Brigade Commander matapos na namin para wala na, kung tapos na dito na lang tayo, di ba? Mag-gardening na lang dito at magbantay-bantay ng mga checkpoint guard, no? But eventually, no, mauubos din talaga, no? Konti na lang yung remaining numbers ng NPA at ISIS na hinahanap, no? So hindi mararating yon ng yung relative peace ngayon na na-enjoy ng mga kababayan nating Maranao dito sa area ng PIB if not for the sacrifices ng tropa natin ng PIB at lalong-lalo na si Colonel Shahid. So palakpakan ulit natin si Colonel Shahid. So again, no, yes yun, ikaw ang bar ng, alam mo naman yan, no? Every time na may nandyan may mga bisita tayo, palagi ko sinasabi, nandyan sila, bisita natin sila CGP, sila CSAP. When I introduce EDSER, yan ang best battalion commander ko. No? So, kaya nag-survive ka. di ba? Because I have your back. No? At the time na akala mo, i-relieve ka nila. No? But you are, ganun na nangyari dahil you are doing the right thing. No? Kaya yung mga, in fact, maalala mo, when that issue came out, nung nalaman ko yung result ng LMD survey dito na gano'n, the following day pumunta ako dito, di ba? Pumunta ako dito mismo, itong hall na ito. Kinausap ko yung available troops ng PIP-IB. No? Mga taga PIP-IB, naalala niyo pa? No? Para pagalitan ko sila. Binull out ko yung mga tropa ni Colonel Shahid, no? For doing that. No? Yun nga, ginawa nilang weapon yung IG inspection to get back at their commander, no, for doing the right thing. No, so ngayon nag-iba na, no, nag-iba na ang attitude ng tropa natin ng PIP-IB, no. And I hope, no, as your division commander na magtuloy-tuloy na yung pananaw nyo is yung pag hinihigpitan kayo ng mga opisyal nyo kasi kailangan gawin, no? Dahil sundalo tayo. Yun lang yun no? Yung disiplina. Kaya tayo ang pinakamataas na trust rating, no, sa buong gobyerno, yung Philippine Army, because of yung professionalism natin and discipline, no? Kaya huwag niyo kakalimutan yung mga duty-bound troopers. Now, today, we welcome your new battalion commander, si Colonel Mark Francis Garcia, no? So, Garrick, take charge of the duty-bound troopers. Palagay ko, hindi mo kayang higitan yung nagawa ni Colonel Shahid. For one, 15 na lang yung kalaban, no? So, malabo na. Unless na lumipat yung ibang NPA doon sa Bukidnon papunta rito, no? Dumami ulit yung kalaban. No? So, but do your best, no? And continue with yung mga ginawa ni Colonel Shahid, no? Na General Cuerpo, sir, di ba? Even sa administration, tingnan mo naman yung itsura ng kampo ngayon ng PIP-IB. When you were brigade commander noon, nilalakad mo pa, tapos wala pa talaga ano to, di ba? So malaki ang improvement, no? Not only sa yung performance ni Colonel Shahid, not only sa operations, but also sa administration. No? Napakaganda ng mga nagawa niya rito. And yun yung challenge kay Colonel Garcia. And always remember yung ating leadership contract, that what endures the hive endures the bee. So ikaw na ngayon, may hive ka na ngayon, no, na part ng bigger hive ng 1st Division. Yung hive mo, yung PIP-IB. Ikaw ang queen bee, no? Ang queen bee ang nag-i-ensure ng ecological balance ng hive, di ba? Ni-ensure niya na yung mga loko-lokong bubuyog ay madisiplina, di ba? Para magkaroon ng harmony yung hive. Kasi pag nasira yung harmony ng hive, masisira yung hive. No? So, kung may isang bubuyog na pagago-gago, yung buong hive nararamdaman niya. So, ikaw yung queen bee, ikaw yung magdisiplina doon sa mga errant na mga hive, na mga bees. Ayun ang pinaka mahirap na trabaho ng isang commander. So, to be safe, ang standard dyan is always set the example. Good example, huwag yung example na bad, no? So, good luck to you, Garrick, no? And to all the officers, NCOs, and enlisted personnel of PIP-IB, remain proud of what you have accomplished, no? Sa mata ng 1st Infantry Division, ay ang PIP-IB ay umangat na, no? Yung prestige nyo. But never be complacent, no? Rally behind Colonel Garcia with the same loyalty, discipline, and spirit that have made your battalion a pillar of stability of the Tabak Division. The continuity of leadership is also the continuity of trust, and your unity will always be the foundation of your strength. As we turn another chapter, the proud history of PIB, let us remember that our mission transcends individuals. Command may change, but our purpose endures. To serve the people, secure the land, and uphold the honor of the Philippine Army. Once again, congratulations, Ed, for an excellent job commanding PIB for the past 2 years. Palakpakan natin ulit. And to Lieutenant Colonel Garcia, as you take command of this remarkable unit. The entire Tabak Division stands behind you, both of you, united in our commitment to defend our nation and preserve the peace our people deserve. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay ang 5th Infantry Duty Bound Battalion. Mabuhay ang 1st Infantry Tabak Division.